Hey, welcome back to the channel. This is Pistol Pete with Room Real Estate. We are doing a community interview today with Sarah Michaels of the Santa Cruz SPCA. Sarah, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much. Thanks for being here, and thank you so much for partnering with us. That means so much.
So Sarah, tell us a little bit about the Santa Cruz SPCA and a little bit more about yourself.
The Santa Cruz SPCA provides safe harbor for animals in need and promotes an active, humane community through adoption, advocacy, and education. That is the mission of our organization. I work here as a development coordinator, which means I'm here helping to raise awareness about the organization, raise funding for the organization, which is really crucial because we are a completely private, independent 501c3 nonprofit. A lot of folks don't realize that we are completely independent, completely private, so we're separate.
Wow, I didn't even know that, yeah.
Yeah, I totally didn't know that either before I started working here. I just assumed that every smaller local SPCA was affiliated with the larger national ASPCA, but that's actually, yeah, it's not the case, which surprised me. But every SPCA, including ours here in Santa Cruz, is completely independently operated. Here in Santa Cruz, our SPCA completely runs on private donations. So we receive no funding from the county or the city of Santa Cruz, the state of California. We also receive no funding from the ASPCA or the Humane Society of the US. We're totally private. Also unique to Santa Cruz, a lot of folks think that we are related to the Santa Cruz County Animal Shelter over on 7th Avenue, and we're actually separate. We do work together on a lot of life-saving initiatives, but we are actually totally separate. So the 7th Avenue County Animal Shelter, that's our municipal agency for the area. They do amazing work. They do animal control, animal welfare, law enforcement, dog licensing. They also do adoptions, but they're not affiliated. So Santa Cruz is really lucky to have two different organizations serving unique roles, but who can work together to save as many lives as possible for Santa Cruz animals.
It sounds like you guys are doing a lot of really great work, and Ginger is just getting super active. She is lovely. This is one of our cats here at the SPCA right now. You guys do a lot of good work, which takes a lot of hands, which takes a lot of funding. It just takes a lot. So what does the SPCA need help with most?
A couple of the biggest ways that folks can help us out are monetary donations. Donations to our General Operations Fund, which is our unrestricted fund, allows us to be the most flexible and allocate those funds to the areas of greatest need at the moment that they're needed. So we do have other specific funds that serve specific functions that folks love. Like we have a pet food bank that distributes food to community members in need.
Okay, so it's kind of separated, it sounds like.
Exactly. So folks can choose to donate to a specific fund that has a specific scope, although the greatest way that we can be flexible with that funding is to give to the General Operations Fund.
Interesting. Is there any specific fund that is in specific need, or would the General still be the best way to go?
General's the best way to go. We've got the Second Chance Fund if somebody is interested in helping to support animals that have specific medical needs. So we had a dog just earlier this week that needed a pretty comprehensive dental done. His teeth were in really bad shape. He was an older guy.
No.
So the Second Chance Fund allowed us to help him get the medical care that he needed. So he's doing great now. We've got our Senior Friends Fund, which allows us to help financially support senior citizens care for their animals, get them veterinary care.
Oh, interesting. It helps the people to take care of their animals.
Exactly. So, so community is one of our most valued scopes as an organization. We're looking to build community relationships, really advocate for the animals and the animal lovers throughout the community of Santa Cruz. So that's one way we do that. Another way that we really love and are so grateful for people to give is the way they give of their time.
Oh, okay, so volunteering.
Volunteerism.
On top of giving of funds, volunteering.
Yeah, absolutely. We could not do what we do for the animals without our amazing volunteers. We have a really robust group of volunteers that do all sorts of variety of tasks. So probably most commonly, folks come to the building, help care for the animals, right, Ginger? Feeding the animals, making sure they're getting lots of TLC, so walking the dogs, playing with the dogs, socializing with the cats, making sure they're getting lots of exercise. And another way that people's time is really valuable to us is through our foster network.
Interesting. So that's a whole nother arm. So not only working here in the facility, which is brand new, which we'll touch on soon, but also the foster network, because I'm sure that's a whole nother project, right?
Absolutely. And that is actually a specific area where we're very much in need right now. Because we have moved to this new building, we are now able to take in so many more animals, which is amazing. That's many more lives saved. But that also means that's a lot more animals coming through our doors. If they've been at the shelter a little bit longer, or maybe they're just not loving being in a shelter environment, we want to make sure that we have an option to send them off into a specific foster home. All of the information on how to sign up to be a foster is on our website. Folks often ask what fostering entails. It varies, essentially based on the animals that we have in need, what that animal's needs are. A lot of it is, like I mentioned, if an animal is kind of getting tired of being in the shelter, we might look for a foster to just give them a little more 24/7 human interaction time. Sometimes we have animals that maybe have just had surgery. So we have an amazing dog right now that came to us with a broken leg. He was actually rescued by the Santa Cruz County Animal Shelter on 7th Avenue. He was going to take a little bit more time to heal and just work on his trust of people. He'd had a really rough start to his life. And so once he got his leg all surgically mended up and started healing, he went into an awesome foster home with really sweet kids and is learning to love people, and he's doing amazing.
Wow, that's a fantastic story.
Yeah.
So how can people get involved with the foster system here at the Santa Cruz SPCA?
So the first step would be to check out the foster section of our website. We have an application there that'll just ask you some basics, your name and address, and just sort of the nature of your home life. How long are you home per day? What is the layout of your home? Do you have other animals at home? Sometimes our foster animals do great with other dog or cat siblings. Sometimes they prefer to be the only one. So that'll just help give us more information to make the appropriate match going into a foster home.
So depending on the specific needs, there's a reason that they're in the foster program. So it's important to find the right fit, it sounds like.
Absolutely, and that's really important to us, both for fostering and adoptions. Making the right match is the most important thing.
Matchmaking it sounds like what you do.
Totally, that's the thing, that's it.
So this might be a good opportunity to dive into a showcase of our animal Ginger here. Where she found you guys and what the situation is.
So Ginger came to us from one of our rescue partners. We get the majority of our animals from other rescues and shelters all over the state of California. So Ginger here had a long trip to us all the way down from Bakersfield. She came from an amazing rescue organization called the Cat People, very apropos. And they are a cat sanctuary and rescue that takes many times strays and partially feral cats and gets them socialized. So they have a wonderful volunteer network down there. They help to rescue kitties and get them really used to human interaction. So that is exactly why Ginger is such a total love bug.
She's only 6 months old, so this is like basically a kitten, and she is just so affectionate.
Exactly. We're actually here right now in our cat group room. Like Pete mentioned, we're in a brand new facility.
If you are driving, towards Santa Cruz from Capitola, Highway 1 North, you'll see a blue steel building with some beautiful wood accents on the right-hand side just off the highway. That's actually the new SPCA building, which I've admired this building for a long time as it's been built and just recently when it's finished. But tell us a little bit more about this facility. It's absolutely incredible on the inside as well.
Oh, thank you. We are so excited to be here. For folks who maybe remember us from the facility, we used to be in a little old converted kind of bungalow house right across the street from Gray Bears. So we're now just 2 properties down. We're still really close to Gray Bears, just catty corner, and down the street from the Sutter Maternity Clinic, if folks are looking for us. But this is our our forever home, and we're calling it our building for a better future. This new building is allowing us to broaden the scope of what we're able to do. It's allowing us to save so many more lives for animals in need, and it's allowing us to touch so many more community members. So some of the ways those are happening, our building here is larger. That means we're able to take more animals in and adopt more animals out. So that's so many more lives saved.
What's the capacity here? Is that how you measure it, or how would you kind of measure the space?
I wish I had a specific number for you. No
worries.
I'm not sure what exactly our capacity is, where we're maxed out at.
Right.
But we're able to house animals here and then also in our foster homes. So our capacity is not just limited to our physical footprint here on Chanticleer.
Understood. So not only is there shelter in this location, I see across from us, obviously this is a big group room, but there's smaller stalls for the individual animals. What other parts of the building are there? Because I heard from Deanna that there's other things as well, right?
We've got our full cat wing here, which compared to our old building was a little side room that was pretty tiny, so we're able to have so many more cats here. We have a full dog wing. We're now able to rescue and house larger breed dogs, which we never really could accommodate before. And we're able to do all of the work with animals according to animal sheltering best practices. So this building was designed to be a top of the line shelter, right?
No more converted bungalow. This is a site-specific thing.
This is the real deal. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, and some of the other areas that we're really pleased to have, we are now able to have a designated isolation and recovery room. So, with a lot of animals in a small space, sometimes like a kitty comes down with a little cold. So we want to make sure we have a space where we can take them away from the general population so they're not spreading any germs. So we are really lucky to have that place where somebody who's a little under the weather can go and have some time to rest and recuperate before they come back out and hang out with their buddies again.
That sounds really important.
It's super important, and once again, allowing us to adhere to sheltering best practices for the animal safety. We also have a dedicated area now where we can prepare the animals' food and medication if they have any medication. We have a laundry room now, which is huge. We're now able to have an industrial washer and dryer, which is important because we've got blankets and towels all over the shelter to make sure that everyone's as comfortable as possible. We use it for bedding here to make every surface just a little bit cushy and more comfortable because they're animals, they get dirty. So on a daily basis, we're cleaning up the areas. We're taking up towels and blankets, washing them.
Sounds like great stuff for volunteers.
Great stuff for volunteers, and that actually is a great way to tangent into another area of need. Folks are always welcome to donate in-kind items, so material items. We're always in need of towels, blankets, pillowcases, anything that we can fold up and make a cushy surface for animals. Human pillows are the one thing that we unfortunately cannot take because if they get to the inside of it, then it's shredded up and
it's a toy.
It's a toy and a potential dietary indiscretion.
Oh,
so
okay.
Don't want them to chew up the pillow feathers.
Well, there's another way that we can support the organization as well, and part of why I'm here today is because we're doing a room real estate partnership with the Santa Cruz SPCA. We're going to be actually having photos with Santa Claus. And you can take them with your family or with your dog. There's gonna be 2 different days, and it's gonna be in December. It'll be at our Soquel location of Room Real Estate. And so we're gonna link all that information below, but the date will be right here, somewhere edited into the video once we get that in.
And as far as upcoming dates, I also wanna make sure, I would be remiss to not mention our amazing Humane Education program. So we offer several programs in the community for students, kiddos, and we do have a winter camp coming up for that'll coincide with the winter break in Santa Cruz. So all the sign up information for that is on our website, but kids come here and get comprehensive education about animal care, animal behavior, not just winter camp. We've got after school programs during the school session. We've got summer camps during the summer. So if you've got youngsters at home that are interested in animals and animal welfare, definitely check out the humane education section of our website because we love to help educate the next generation in our community.
That would be something that I would have been so interested in when I was a kid. So we're gonna link that information as well in the description, and we'll make sure that you have access to that. So tell us a little bit about the adoption process. Say somebody wanted to come down. I know Ginger is spoken for already.
Yeah.
We have plenty of beautiful cats here though, and really friendly and wonderful. So say somebody wants to come down and adopt a cat. What's that process look like?
Yeah, so the adoption process kind of can look a few different ways depending on the folks that want to adopt. So like you said, Pete, if somebody wants to just come down and see who's available, we've got what we call browsing hours. They vary for the dog wing and the cat wing, and that'll be information that's on our website. Make sure to check that because that information is kind of in flux. We're freshly open after the pandemic, so kind of that information changes, but you can come in during some of our browsing hours, see the animals that are available. If somebody strikes your fancy, we have a way to fill out an application here. You could also fill out an application on our website ahead of time. So we just have it on file. Exactly. If there are any questions about anything, we have an amazing adoption staff who would be happy to answer any questions, give you any more detailed information you might need, talk to you about next steps. All of our adoptions include vaccines up until the date of adoption. And if it's a younger animal who needs a booster series, we would let you know how many more shots they need and on what dates. All of our animals are already spayed and neutered, so that's a cost that's been fronted by the organization. All our animals are microchipped, and we also include a certificate for a free initial wellness vet exam at Chanticleer Vet Hospital. They're really generous to give us
That's a lot of great services.
You know, the adoption fees comprise all of those things, and keep an eye out because Room Real Estate is incredibly generously supporting some of those adoption fees for 5 of our animals in December. So once we figure out who those guys are, keep an eye out, see who the lucky recipients are. And those guys are gonna have their adoption fees totally waived because of Room Real Estate.
Absolutely, that's definitely a program that we're getting done. So really looking forward to that and the future partnership. I think it's gonna be a good relationship moving forward, even beyond this holiday season. But keep an eye out for that time to take your photo with Santa Claus, with your dog or with your family. And again, all those fees generated from that will go towards adoption fees here at the Santa Cruz SPCA. So what would be the best way to support the SPCA right now?
Ways that folks can always help us as an independent organization. We subsist 100% on private donations from individuals. So a monetary contribution to our general operations fund will allow us to make the biggest impact in the areas of greatest need whenever they come up. So monetary gifts are always, always appreciated, and we absolutely could not do what we do for the animals without our amazing donors. Volunteering is another way that people can get involved. And once again, the organization looks like it does because of our volunteers. We've got amazing people that help care for the animals, not just here in the building, but in their homes as fosters. So volunteering and volunteer fostering are 2 ways that people can make a direct impact and get some one-on-one love time with the animals. Also just want to let folks know that we are here in our new building. We opened up during COVID, so we were unable to have a big grand opening, but we want to show it to the community. We want people.
Tell us the address real quick.
We are at 2601 Chanticleer Avenue, right down the street from Gray Bears and the Sutter Maternity Clinic. And we love to give tours to people. So if you just an individual or a family or a small group, give us a call or shoot us an email. We would love to set you up with a tour and show you directly what our building is doing, how it is helping the animals of our community.
So Sarah, thank you so much for having us. Where can people find you online or in person?
You can give us a call at 831-465-5000. Or for tour scheduling, you can email foreverhome@spcasc, like Santa Cruz.org.
Fantastic. So we'll have that number also in the description. But it sounds like to get involved, donate to that main operating fund. volunteer your time if you have time, and volunteer to be a foster parent. Those are the three top ways. Of course, there's many other ways to get involved. You can check them out at the website that Sarah just shared with us. We'll have that in the description as well. But anyways, thank you so much for taking the time with us, Sarah, for explaining what you guys do here and how people can help, because I know especially for people moving to the area who may not have an animal yet, maybe they're looking to make their house a home, having a dog, having a cat, having an animal that they can adopt is a great way to become part of the community. So anyways, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Pete, and thanks to Room Real Estate.